We are live. Hey guys, I'm here with the amazing L Ardolino, and she is going to tell us about some amazing natural dog products. And why don't you introduce yourself? I know we met years ago, but I'm so excited to have you on here today.
I don't even remember how we met. I think it was like you saw something, reached out, and I'm like, yes, let me send you some all natural things to help your pup. But yeah, I'm a um, adaptogen, mushrooms, plant medicine expert, formulator, and clinician. For the past like 9 years, I used to have a rescue, a groom shop, a boarding, daycare, where I would see 85% of the dogs coming through my shop and rescue, they're having problems. They were suffering from either skin issues or pain or arthritis or allergies, and literally made formulations to help them all heal naturally. Because I think people forget that we and our animals all have an innate ability to heal ourselves. And when we use natural medicines, the body recognizes them and it helps them get better and get rid of pain. So this is all I've been, studying and practicing for the past 9 years, and have seen amazing results from, dogs. One in four dogs is getting cancer now.
Yeah.
And you got to say what's happening, what's going on. And this to me is the best way to be proactive and help your dog not die of cancer. Always be able to stay healthy enough, keep their immune system operating so that they can be with us for 20 plus years like they're supposed to be.
Yeah, George is 17, so he's pretty
Nice work.
Yeah. He's doing good, and I recently started using your product again because I used it after his heart surgery, but it's just with the amount of supplements I was giving him, I kind of weaned him off after, and then he started coughing again. And I wrote you, and you sent me these amazing products. You said these are good. This is the Breathe mushrooms one, which I really like, and this is the Heal one. And yeah, so how much of these products? This is a question. When I'm giving him the mushroom one, because I was reading on your site about the treatment for cancer. How much do you give them a day or at one time? And I just usually put it in his mouth. Do you do something else? You put it in food or?
Yeah, so that the Breathe is a combination of mushrooms and adaptogens that have all been proven in research to help lung function. Amazing for what was that? The virus that was going around. Great for that. It literally, when we take these extracts of these plants and mushrooms, it literally trains our cells to recognize when they do come across a bad mold, fungus, bacteria, or virus, and literally envelop it and remove it from the body. So I have so many people that'll just start having sniffles and start taking the Breathe and feel better the next day. I created Breathe for my old man Schnauzer because as they get older, they start experiencing collapsed trachea or collapsed bronchial. They wake up a lot in the middle of the night. So this was like something to help support his breathing. And then the Heal is the same thing. It's a full spectrum hemp extract. Hemp is also an adaptogen, and it is amazing for pain, boosting their immune system, keeping cancer cells from coming together and forming a tumor and taking over their host and killing them. So this is it's just plants. It's just nature helping their body continue to work and fight off any threats that they come across. And the combo you have is like my senior duo, man. It is going to help them not feel any pain, help their immune system, help their breathing. The endocannabinoid system is the master system that we all have, both, humans and all animals have it. And it is the master system in our body that's responsible for all of the other systems. So it's the only way to bring yourself back to homeostasis is if you're interacting with that system. And that's exactly what hemp and adaptogens do.
That's amazing. Now, how much, if I were to, like, what would be, what should I give George this? Should I do it with his food? Or, like, I was doing it before bed because he's been waking me up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So,
So the hemp, you want to put right on the mouth, right into the mouth, onto the gums. It's it's nano-emulsified so that the moment that it goes on the gums, it immediately is absorbed into the bloodstream. It is an oil or a water, so it needs to be put onto the gums. The mushrooms, however, are water, so they can be put on their food or anywhere, and it's going to be quickly absorbed. So how I make my formulations is one dropper full is what was found in research to work for most dogs. But every dog is different. So I would always start with the one dropper full. And then if your dog needs extra support, you can give it to them. If they seem like they just go to sleep and they're asleep for a really long time, then maybe you gave them a little too much and they don't need as much. But most of the time, that full dropper full will work on most pets. So that's how you do it. Good thing is that it's completely all natural, so you can't overdose. It's made like human grade medicine. We do an extraction called supercritical CO2 extraction, where we don't damage any of those medicinal compounds. Everything we make is human grade. I take it. I don't know if you know this, but I discovered the medicine myself when I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis and didn't want to take the prescription medication that has already been linked to lymphoma. So this was the natural way for me to treat my disease. And I'll never forget the first time I took a cannabis tincture and felt the relief just come over me. And that's literally how I found and became such an advocate, and then went to the University of Vermont School of Medicine and studied it. And gosh, now we're like 8 years later, and we have over 100,000 pet parents and veterinarians who are finding incredible success. It's like the thing that was missing. And I don't think pet parents know that this is even a choice of theirs, because their doctors aren't taught anything about that endocannabinoid system or these holistic medicines. So they can't even offer it if they knew about it. They don't know about it. So I always like to tell pet parents, whether it's your health or for your pets, you need to do the research. They need to understand that the supplement market is completely unregulated. Anybody can come into the market and put anything in a bottle. When you're using natural products, always look for a COA, a certificate of analysis, that will show you what is in that product and what is not in that product, because things like hemp and mushrooms are bioaccumulators, which mean they suck everything out of the air and earth, and it's in their flower or in their fruiting body. So it's very important how they're grown. And that it's grown organic, that they're grown in the appropriate conditions, the appropriate substrate. Unfortunately, most mushroom products on the market don't even have mushrooms in them. They're mostly like grown on rice or oats or grain, which is not what they're found to be grown in nature, right? They're growing on dead wood or trees or in the forest. And that's the appropriate substrate that they should be growing on to have all those medicinal properties that we talk about.
Cool. Very, 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 very cool. I just got a comment about your microphone, so hopefully we'll figure it out the next time, because I definitely want to pick Angela's brain about all these things. And
oh, is it terrible?
Somebody said that it's set up as double, but it's not that bad. So they hear a little echo. I didn't hear an echo, but yeah,
I hear it too. I don't know how to turn it off.
Well, anyway, so this heel one, can I put it on his, he has allergic feet, like that he licks, or on his moles, like he has all these moles. Can you put it on the body as well?
Absolutely. And I can tell you what all those moles are. So we do have salves, topicals. I have 3 different formulations. I have one that's for lumps, bumps, and tumors, one that's for skin irritation, bug bites, hot spots, and one that's moisturizing for like paws and noses and things like that. But yes, absolutely, you can take that dropper and put a drop on each of one of those little lumps and bumps. But what those lumps and bumps are, and I wanted to know what they are. Because at my rescue, I rescued mostly old senior animals with issues, and they all had these bumps and lumps on them. And what's so interesting that the body does, especially in our animals, is that our animals every day are come across toxic or synthetic chemicals that their bodies don't recognize. And it's literally the liver's job to detoxify and heal us and get all of those toxins out. But when they're bombarded, meaning the cleaners, the pesticides, everything that they come across, the plug-in, the laundry detergent, the preservatives, the coloring, everything in their food, then a prescription medication, those are all synthetic chemicals that the body doesn't recognize. When that happens, the liver works overtime to try to figure out what this is. And when it gives up, it stores it in the dog's fatty tissue. So that's why so many of our animals, old animals, have lumps and bumps on them. The good thing is that we can treat them. We can do the hemp on inside the mouth, the mushrooms, and treat it topically, and you can get rid of them and help them detoxify these things out of their body. So it's funny because they all have them when they get old, and it is a really easy way to get rid of them naturally and support the body to rid those toxins out of their body. I know the little papillomas, they literally look like something burned them. Once you put it on, they turn black and crumble and fall off. I've gotten rid of so many cancerous tumors on dogs, NCT tumors, where I literally watched them die and watched the body kill it and remove it. Kind of gross, but really, really neat to see the body do what it's supposed to do. So absolutely wonderful for that. Every senior citizen, dog or animal, should be on a full spectrum hemp extract because it literally helps their body, keep them healthy, keep inflammation away. Inflammation is the basis of all disease. So if you can get rid of it or help control it in your body, you can prevent disease.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. It makes me want to take these products too.
You should. I take them every day.
Yeah.
That's what was so cool about what I did is that I got that horrible diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis. And then when I went searching for the natural medicine, it led me into my new career. But I just couldn't figure out why everybody didn't know about this. It literally is... Everybody should be taking it. It just helps our body work better. It just helps us stay at homeostasis and help us fight off anything that we come across. It's like being proactive.
Yeah, that's amazing. And definitely George has been so much better since he started using these. So I definitely love the products. What's your website about? Like, let's talk about your website a little bit.
So my website is my name, AngelaArdolino.com, and all I do is talk and educate about natural modalities that help us and our pets. But my two formulations products are mycodog.com and cbddoghealth.com, and they're also filled with information. You can type in anything that's wrong with your dog and it will help you. I feel like I've treated just about everything. Sometimes I'll get an email with a new disease I haven't heard of, but like I said, all diseases are based on inflammation of something. So when we can get rid of that inflammation, we're halfway there. We're at least getting rid of the suffering and supporting the body's ability to get rid of or heal themselves.
That's great. That's amazing. And now, would this be the best thing to put on George for his allergies, or is there another product that you have?
I love Ease, my Ease formulation for allergies, just because it has frankincense and turmeric in it, which are both two more adaptogens. I don't know if you know what adaptogens are. Do you know what they are?
Maybe explain them for everybody.
I know I keep saying it, so I wanted to make sure. Adaptogens are plants, mushrooms, sometimes even soil or dirt or sap And when we take them, they literally adapt to the stressors in our body. So both you and I could take the same exact adaptogens, but they're going to do something different in both of our bodies. They're going to fill whatever needs we need. So whatever the body needs the most, they literally spread out. And the more you put together, the more powerful and synergistic they get. And they literally can take on anything. So when I say adaptogens, that's what I mean. And when you combine them, they become very powerful and synergistic. We have research already that proves that. So meaning don't just take one mushroom, don't just take the lion's mane or the turkey tail, take it with several of them. Or adaptogens like ashwagandha that you've probably heard of, or astragalus root. All of these are incredible for the brain, the immune system. All the research is out there, but Big Pharma doesn't want you to know about them because you can't patent a plant or an animal or a mushroom and make billions of dollars off of it. So what they do instead is they either take one compound out or they make a synthetic version of it and release that into the market as a pharmaceutical drug. Problem is there's always side effects. When you're dealing with Mother Nature and you're doing, extracting the plant medicine or the mushroom medicine in its purest form, there aren't any side effects. The body recognizes it, it knows what to do with it, and that's why it's such an incredible healer.
So is it best to take adaptogens on a full or an empty stomach?
Usually at a full stomach when you're dealing with hemp, because it's an oil. The oil could upset an empty stomach, so I always say to do it with a snack or food to do it. And also, don't be afraid of them. I can hear him coughing. Give him more. Don't be afraid of it. It's not like a pharmaceutical drug where you give too much and you're going to stop the heart or mess with the breathing. It's called LD50. There's literally no lethal dose. You cannot harm your animal with an all-natural hemp or adaptogenic product. So don't be afraid of it. You can get to the point, because I had a 17-year-old Schnauzer too. You should get to the point where he's sleeping completely through the night and maybe one little cough during, the day. Other than that, he should be good. And the hemp and the mushrooms will help him do that. The other thing I love is like when you're treating, one of my favorite things would be that I would go to treat a dog for something and end up solving another problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's beautiful about adaptogens is that I would treat an animal for, allergies, and their Cushing's disease would go away. And it was almost like the adaptogens went, wait, we'll get to the allergies, but let's go ahead and take care of this dog's Cushing's disease first. And I'm like, people would call me and go, did I get rid of my dog? Am I really getting rid of my dog's Cushing's? I'm like, I didn't even know what Cushing's was. I literally had to Google it. And Cushing's is usually older. It's considered an autoimmune disease, but it's a tumor that is either on the pituitary or adrenal gland. And hemp shrinks tumors. And when you shrink the tumor and the tumor goes away, all of the symptoms go away. So it's really cool to watch it happen over and over and over again.
So if you notice, I just gave George some more of that heal, and I don't hear the coughing. The coughing stopped.
So realize the coughing is like an irritation, that it feels like a scratch, or they think something's in their throat. So you're literally calming down that sensation, but they're not feeling it as much. It's just calming them, making them feel better. So that's why you will get an immediate relief from your baby dog.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Now, another question I have. So George has an infected tooth, and my veterinarian said he should remove it, but he doesn't want to give him anesthesia because he's so old. So he said he wouldn't do it. Is there anything else? He said there's nothing else I can do.
Always something you can do. Those are the worst. How many words are those that a vet says?
Yeah.
There's always something you can do. So same thing, put that hemp all around the tooth. The other thing that you could, to remove any pain or inflammation, I'm a big fan of silver hydrosol, which is basically nature's original antibiotic. Sovereign Silver is the only brand that I trust.
Silver hydrosol?
Or colloidal silver, it's sometimes called, but it's naturally a natural antibiotic, so it would be great. That's literally what I spray in my dog's mouths, and I put a little bit in their water to kind of keep everything pure. But yeah, remember that hemp is a natural painkiller. So if you can get it all around and on that tooth and give it to him, you're getting rid of any pain or discomfort.
And
but I agree with that.
Yeah.
With that, not putting a old dog under anesthesia. When you put, and I learned this from one of my favorite holistic vets, her name is Dr. Broadfoot. PJ Broadfoot, she says when you put an animal under anesthesia, or a person under anesthesia, it literally puts the immune system offline. When you come out of anesthesia and it comes back online, depending on what that surgery was, the immune system is concentrating on whatever just happened. So the immune system's probably going to concentrate on this surgery or whatever it is. If it's a case of a dog that has cancer or something like that, it literally gives cancer the opportunity to take over. And then you have to detox after, because anesthesia is a bunch of chemicals. So it messes with the gut microbiome. You really have to work on bringing that dog back to homeostasis, helping them detox their liver and kidneys. So I agree. It's very scary when they get up to 17. I don't recommend putting under anesthesia unless you have to. And then if you do, there's things you can do to prep them beforehand and help them detox and come back to homeostasis afterwards. So if you have to do it, there's things you can do to support your pet.
I know you have a lot of podcasts on your channel. Is there any have you done a specific podcast on this? Because that would be great. To get like a list, like
yeah, my website, and I have a podcast called Your Natural Dog. So all I do is talk about holistic remedies and have holistic vets on and talk about cases where we're constantly able to bring the oldest, most decrepit little old dogs back to homeostasis. I have saved more animals that were literally about to be put down or whatever by giving them these natural adaptogens, and have amazed more veterinarians because they've never seen anything like that because they're not taught it. But yeah, don't give up. You always have a choice. I think that's my biggest message is believe the diagnosis, but not the prognosis, because just like you're told there's nothing else you can do. Yes, there is. Nobody should be in pain. Nobody should. And in a full spectrum hemp extract will definitely get rid of the pain. If you need extra support, you can either add a little bit more of, the HC, or another adaptogen that's known to be great for pain. Because again, you put more together, the more powerful they become.
Now, the silver product you talked about, is there a specific brand that's okay for dogs? Because I always get worried about like buying other things that are for humans. And
yeah, that's a very great question. Sovereign Silver is my favorite brand, and it doesn't matter. The product for human, baby, animal is all the same.
Okay. Sovereign Silver.
And look at your ingredients. Like anytime you're not sure, if it's an essential oil or a hemp oil or a mushroom product, get that COA, the certificate of analysis. Like if you hold up your bottle, you'll see a QR code on there. You scan that with your phone, it takes you to the certificate of analysis for that batch, so that you can see that it's a full spectrum hemp extract and that it doesn't have anything bad in it. So you want that for all natural products to make sure that they're pure, because again, it's not regulated and anybody can put anything out there. Check reviews, look at what other customers are saying. Is it working? Did it work?
Now, is there any tips for dogs? Because George has just slowed down. He's so tired. Is there anything that could give him some more energy?
Well, he might be tired because he's feeling pain. So also, if they haven't been taking hemp, they may get a little sleepy at first. So that should wear off like within a week. They should have their energy back. What we hear more than anything is, oh my gosh, they're acting puppy like again. They're playing again. They're running up the stairs again. They're jumping up on the couch. He's really old. George is really old. I mean, 17. He's in his 90s. Right? So he should be slowing down, but he should not be in pain. And you can control pain completely naturally. I love to tell the story about my geriatric Doberman who had osteosarcoma, which is a bone cancer, extremely aggressive and painful. And I didn't have to turn to convention at all. I didn't even amputate her leg until 2 years because I was able to control everything by using diet and natural modalities. But I did add the, HC for, and it extended her life. So when I still hear that veterinarians are scared of it or thinks it's toxic to pets, I'm like, nope, it's not. It kept my dog pain-free and alive. And after 2 years of her having this aggressive cancer, which most of the time, whether you do convention or not, in 4 months, your dog is dead if they have osteosarcoma because it spreads so quickly to the lungs and throughout the body. At 2 years, when I finally got Nina's leg amputated, we did 8 diagnostic tests to see where the cancer was, and it did not show up on any of the tests. So it never left her wrist where it started. So it made me think, if we know 1 in 9 large breed dogs gets this specific bone cancer, why can't we start giving it to them early to prevent them from ever getting it in the first place? And I asked my board of advisors, who are mostly holistic practitioners and veterinarians, like how early can we start giving it to these dogs? And they said 8 weeks. So imagine that these dogs don't ever have to get this cancer in the first place because we're literally being proactive in helping your body fight it off.
That's amazing. Now I don't remember if I had told you about this. I think I did. After George went through his heart surgery and being under anesthesia, he got anal gland cancer. Yeah. So it's just like,
do you understand? Do you hear what I just said and what you just said?
Yeah.
Because when he went under, the body probably concentrated on repairing and bringing the heart back, and there was cancer in there that probably proliferated.
Yeah. So we did chemo and radiation and surgery, but I'm wondering, this is 5 years ago, so he's great now, thank God. I'm wondering if during all of that, could I have been giving him this?
Absolutely.
So if he was on chemo, he could still be taking this.
Absolutely. It helps chemo work even better. There's literally drugs out for humans now that have both all the compounds in it to help chemotherapy patients. So yeah, there's already a drug on the market for that. So absolutely. If you want to go with convention, you can do both, or you can go holistic. But if you're going to do convention, always add the holistic stuff too. It helps them heal better. It helps the gut get back to normal afterwards because, all of those things wreck the gut microbiome and change things. So.
Well, wow, this is awesome. I love all this information. What are you promoting? Are you promoting anything? And does anyone have any questions for you right now? I'll open it up to my viewers if they have any questions. But what's going on? What's your next podcast going to be about?
Oh, gosh. Well, actually, I just had a podcast about veterinary compassion fatigue, the really good veterinarians that really care about our animals, the ones that we all want for our pets, talking about that, or our rescuers who are rescuing animals on a regular basis. It's just such hard work to do it. But all I talk about is my cases, and we have over 100,000 pet parents now who are literally healing their pets. I just love being able to have the ability to immediately get rid of pain or help my animals, with all natural products. Oh, thank you, Waterboy Mayo.
he said he's speechless and he's learned so much. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, listen,
I definitely,
you'd be
after this is
amazed.
a, yeah, I'm going to ask you about what products my parents should be taking, because it sounds like it's just an all around thing. I remember when I had Karen Becker on one of my podcasts, and she told me to do frankincense, myrrh, and copaiba. So I did that for a while, and then I started using it myself and just became an essential oil. I got doTERRA, and it was like I have so much essential oils now. It's like crazy.
Yep, they're wonderful. And what would be awesome with those three that you just mentioned is adding some hemp extract. A full spectrum hemp extract is amazing with those three. But what my favorite new thing is though my old man when he was 17, or when I would get these old dogs and literally they'd be 14, death's door, filled with cancer, not walking, I'd bring them back to homeostasis. And I had two that I lost to CCD, which is doggy dementia. And I didn't know what that was. And it was my partner who was like, do you know how you die from dementia? Do you know how you end up dying from Alzheimer's? Do you know?
No.
Because it's really messed up. You forget how to chew and eat and swallow. So I was watching my old dogs, 17, go get up, real slow, walk over to the water bowl and just stand there and like do it like 4 times in a row. And it wasn't until my partner who lost his dad to Alzheimer's who said, that's how you die. And I was like, oh. So I started all my research of, okay, really? I get rid of cancer, I get them up again, they're walking and I'm going to lose them to this? I had no idea. So that's where mushrooms, again, are amazing. They're called nootropics. And lion's mane, cordyceps, reishi, astragalus root, bacopa monnieri, all of these adaptogens have already been proven to regrow our telomeres. Our telomeres are these finger-like structures, and then when they start to shrink, that's what causes aging. They regrow them. They regenerate neurons in our brain. So then I'm now making these extracts and giving them to my old dogs that I can start seeing that are experiencing sundowners. Some of you, and you may have experiences with George where maybe they're all of a sudden just kind of looking up and barking, or they're stuck in a corner and you're like, just turn around, or they're waking up in the middle of the night. Just weird behavior. I could reverse it over and over again by giving them, it's called clarity. So I have more old people on my clarity. And when I take it, it's like, I don't know how to call it, a clearing of brain fog. I use words that I would love to use, but I never do because I'm intimidated that I'm going to say them wrong or I'm going to use them in the wrong context, and they're just coming out of my mouth, and I'm like, did I just use that word? But it is amazing what they do. Again, it's my favorite thing to say. Mother Nature provides us with all the food and medicine we need. It really does. But again, can't patent, Mother Nature and make billions of dollars off of it. So we're not going to tell you about it. But yeah, she provides us with everything that we need. And if we can grow it the right way and extract it the right way and not put any fillers or alcohol or flavoring or anything in it, it is the most powerful, cleanest, beautiful medicine that works with all of our bodies.
It's so crazy that you mentioned dog dementia, because a few months ago, I don't think I told you about this, I went to the emergency with George because of his coughing, because he was waking up at 3:30 in the morning every night. And I was just worried that his heart was getting bigger. So I wanted to, I did the whole echo, every ultrasound. And they're like, his heart is basically the same. Like his right side really kind of is a little bit more enlarged since the surgery, because they didn't fix the right side, they fixed the left side. And they thought it was doggy dementia, that he was waking up and anxious. He can't really hear now, and he's can't really see so much.
Right.
He did have cataract surgery like a year and a half ago, but I feel like it's one of the retinas was detached, so he can see better, but not that much. So I was like, I don't know, I didn't think they were like, there's nothing you can do. I mean, I've been giving him Life for the last 3 years, but I don't know if that's,
I don't even know what that is.
it's just like a capsule that has a bunch of oils, like I guess different kind of like fish oils and stuff in it.
Hmm.
So, so yeah,
Well, omegas are very good, but yeah,
uh-huh.
I've never seen anything work better than these nootropics.
Uh-huh. And
Because it's
which
like
one?
immediate.
Yeah, which one of yours out? If I
It's
use,
the clarity.
clarity. So if I
I'll
use the
send you
breathe,
one.
yeah, could I use it at the same time with the breathe, or do you space them out? Like, what's the best way to give them these?
You can use them all. All of these can be used together. They're all adaptogens. They're all, again, you using the heal and the breathe together makes them more synergistic and powerful. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about it because they're all natural. There's no way for you to hurt an animal with an all natural product like these. Adaptogens, again, they adapt to the body. So let's say I were to pour those entire bottle down their throat. The body's going to take what they need and get rid of the rest. It's not like they can overdose or hurt themselves. It's impossible because it's all natural.
Well, that's yeah.
The body recognizes it. The body goes, oh, yes, thank you. Let's go over here, put you there. Let's take care of that over here.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That would be amazing. I have to figure out his tooth, but I'm like, that I didn't even know you could do anything for that. So that's so cool.
You just need to get rid of the pain.
Yeah.
Right? And control any infection. That's why I want you to do the heal and the silver hydrosol. Is because you're literally doing that. I would support his liver function too with maybe some milk thistles. So let's say that it is infected and he's swallowing any of that infection. You're going to basically help the liver's function to detoxify him from that. So yeah, just do your best to support him with natural things that aren't going to make his body have to work harder, and not do what it's supposed to. That's what I don't think people understand. At night, we're supposed to be healing and detoxifying, right? If they're not sleeping, that's not happening. If they're on a whole bunch of medications, that's not happening because the liver is sitting there trying to figure out what to do with these synthetic chemicals. So sleep is important, and that's why I don't want to say drug him, but give him a good thing so that he sleeps soundly through the whole entire night. I'll never forget realizing that I remember I was standing on a stage and I said, raise your hand if you have an old dog. Half the people raise their hand. And I go, keep your hands up if your old dog wakes you up once or twice in the night. And they all kept their hands up. And I'm like, okay, it's not just me. That's not good for you. That's not good for them. So yeah, let's give them a good night's sleep and give them a full dropper of that hemp so that they can sleep through the night.
That's definitely has helped. So thank you so much because it was crazy. I was just like, I can't sleep. This is driving me nuts. Now I gave him some of that germanium, the one for the liver, the pill for the liver, and I found that he was giving him diarrhea.
Which one?
Denamarin.
Denamarin?
Yeah, Denamarin.
Okay, so Denamarin is an isolate of, I'm going to say it wrong, Silymarin. Don't judge me for mispronouncing everything. And that is an isolate from milk thistle. So instead of taking an isolate out of a plant that works, using the plant and its full everything, you know how I keep saying full spectrum hemp, meaning I'm not just taking out one compound out of hemp. I'm taking all of the medicinal properties out of that flower, just like those essential oils that you're using. Same thing. We're taking all of those medicinal compounds out together because when you take one out or not all the others, it doesn't do the same thing and you cause side effects. So a better version of Denamarin is milk thistle, a milk thistle extract. That way you're getting not only that isolate of that wonderful compound, but all the others that help it work better. So that's what I would do instead, is do a milk thistle extract.
Okay. Awesome. Very, very cool.
Basically, anytime you want to try to avoid a pharmaceutical, you literally go to Google or ChatGPT and go, what is the natural, version of this pharmaceutical, and you'll always find it.
Very cool. Very cool. Thank you so much. Now, is there anything else that you want to promote? And hopefully we can have you back on here soon.
Sure. I just want to encourage everybody that, again, that you can heal yourself naturally, you know? And there's a place for pharmaceutical drugs, but also realize that nature provides us with everything that we need to, and to look into that. And it's a miracle what it can do. My rheumatoid arthritis that I was diagnosed in 2015, I have no sign of it. I'm pretty sure my disease is in remission. At the same time that I got that diagnosis, my soul dog was diagnosed with degenerative myelopathy. His disease never progressed, so you really can heal yourself naturally.
Well, thanks. What's your Instagram, and where should everyone find and follow you?
Oh, thanks, Lauren. Your Natural Dog, and my website is my name, AngelaArdolino.com, CBDDogHealth.com, Myco Dog. We're all over the place.
Well, thanks so much, Angela. So great to have you on here. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. Happy Valentine's Day. Make sure you subscribe and comment on this video after. I'm going to do another stream with Angela. Let us know any questions you have for your dogs or any other. Is this good for? It's good for cats too.
Yep. Oh. All animals.
All
got
animals.
A lizard, a chicken, a bird. It's good for all of them.
Oh,
I'm trying to figure out right now how to get it to fish. So yeah, good for every animal.
That's great. That's amazing. Thanks so much. And guys, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions for Angela. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Lauren.
Bye.
Bye.